In the shuttle bay, Burnham was preparing the DSC-08 for launch when Spock enters, telling her that it was illogical for her to go on the mission alone. Burnham objects, saying it was only a simple reconnaissance mission, but Spock is there on Sarga's orders, saying it was not the time for recklessness. Burnham adds that it was not time for unnecessary risks either. Spock replies that he has her. Oh, God, this is just going to go on forever. Look, they argue back and forth. Spock ends up going with her, and he blah, 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 blah. And then they call each other brother and sister. And when, our emotions swell a little bit, and then they take off at warp speed. I like those two characters. I like those two actors.
Yeah.
But there's so much. Every time she's on screen, they bring so much emotion out of her. And then when you put Spock in there, I feel like they try to get as much emotion without him reacting emotionally as they can when it's less is more, I think, in that situation.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Act 2. While Owo, Linus, Detmer, and Nilsson enjoy a laugh, Stamets appears glum and detached because that's his job now.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I get it, though. I mean,
so do I.
Like I've already said, he's a very emotive person, just in general, no matter what he's in. And you really can feel the weight of his issues whenever he's on screen.
Oh, yeah.
During their little, I don't know, I won't say like
separation.
There you go. I was going to say like lover's quarrel, but it's not exactly that.
Yeah. You know what? That would at least, I'm sure, be easier for him to deal with. Like if there was a breakup for cause, But no, it's just, hey, you know what? I was dead. Now I'm alive. And I think I'm going to move out, I mean, I
understand both points of view. Yeah.
Yeah. But he's just he's got his heart on his sleeve now. But luckily for him and for the viewers,
old Jett Reno.
Yep. Jett Reno shows up and takes a chair across from him, commenting on how he should be celebrating making another successful spore jump.
I said Janet.
What? Yeah. I thought you did it on purpose.
Oh, fine. Yeah. I'll leave it.
Yeah, I thought you did it on purpose. Stamets admits that he had not been able to find a viable solution to return Gabriel Burnham or combat an AI with a murderous impulse, so he was not feeling very victorious. Reno cheerfully tells him that would be someone else's problem, as Pike left new orders for her and Stamets before he left the ship. They might be getting their hands on some raw time crystal. I love how none of us as fans or anybody else have ever heard of time crystal before, yet nobody in this show is going, time crystal? What do you mean time crystal? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Somebody should be saying that, because that's what we were all thinking when we first heard it. What do you mean a time crystal?
I mean, when I first saw this season, I was not thinking any of that. I was just like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh. So double down on the espresso kid, and then she looks to Linus, and Linus is a well-overlooked character on the show. He's often the center of every great joke that happens in a room full of people. She asks him if he was ready, and he says he was hatched ready. The others at the table engaged in a auto-antonym game where the words have one meaning and the opposite of that meaning at the same time. A moment later, Dr. Culber enters, drawing first Stamets' attention and then the others. Reno had thought Stamets had moved on, as it had been weeks since Culber moved out of their quarters. Stamets brusquely tells her to eat and mind her own business as he leaves to go to work on the time crystal research. As he does, however, he looks for one more moment over his shoulder at Culber, who does not appear to notice. We all been through enough breakups to know everybody notices.
Yep.